Hey guys, my name's Clyde. I'm from Smart Madness. Today we're doing a motor mount by BMS in this smart car. As you can see, here's a factory mount right here located underneath the Smart. We have one right here. It's a factory Smart 4.2 engine mount. As you can see here, with little effort I could move this rubber washer or bushing with little effort with my fingers. And we're replacing it with a BMS engine mount or connector supplied by BMS. As you can see, the difference, really rigid. The bushings are rubber and you cannot move it at all. So I'm going to start by taking off the motor mount. Obviously you got the car secure and it's up on jacks, or as we have is a lift. What you're going to need is a E18 reverse torque star socket. You're going to need a ratchet and a breaker bar, and you're going to need, most of you are probably going to be doing this on in your garage, so you're going to have to lift from underneath. So I recommend using like jack stands or more so ramps. So what I'll do first is I'm going to break these bolts on this side, which is the E18. The first step in this is I break the side closest to the front end with my E18 and my ratchet, just to get it loose. Then I do the engine side. I already broke the bolts with the E18. For those of you who don't have an air compressor and an air ratchet, you could just use your ratchet and continuously loosen these bolts. On one side, you're going to need a 18 millimeter wrench or a socket, preferably a short socket, to break loose the side closest to the front. So I'm going to loosen up the bolts. I'm going to do the front side first with my wrench. Alright, so here's my 18 millimeter wrench, air ratchet. Alright, so I took out the E18 bolt from the front side. So now this engine mount will drop down, as you can see here. Remember, always keep in mind where your bolts are. The longer side will be up towards the front. You never want to put this longer side on the engine side because it'll go through the nut and you might puncture the oil pan. So just keep in mind, replace the bolt to where it was originally. So I already broke this one right here, the E18 on the engine side. So I'm going to loosen that up. You don't need any wrench on this side. It's mainly for the nut that was right here. Alright, there's the bolt. Again, this is the shorter one. There's the engine mount. As you can see, this car has about close to 12,000 miles, and I could turn that mount. Little effort whatsoever. So when you're shifting between gears, the engine actually shifts up, because what it's meant to do is to dampen and reduce vibration. And if you look, it's really deteriorated already. Well, not so much, but what you're losing is power to the actual floor when you're shifting gears. Now, with it all done, you just want to check around the engine, make sure you don't have any leaks. So once again, keep in mind the length of the bolts. This is for the engine side or towards the back, the short one. This is the front, it's towards the front of the car, the longer bolt. Alright, so I remove the front side first and I remove the back side last. So I'm going to go in reverse order. I'm going to take the shorter bolt, align this side with the engine mount bracket. Alright, just going to spin it on there to get it threaded in. Alright, next step is the long bolt. This is gonna take some effort, so most of you guys are probably gonna be on your back in your driveway. So you're gonna probably just have to pull down on it with your hands, preferably right here by the oil pan, and to yank down. As you can see, the holes don't line up. So what I do is I just pull down, but since we have this lift, it's much more convenient. So I'm gonna take a 2x4 and wedge it in between the oil pan. It's good to have two people, but I can get it in just by myself. So there's that. So everything's lined up. Put your bolt back. Start it back in. Take your 18mm wrench, one side, tighten it up. And torque her down. And we're done. So once you get everything buttoned up, you want to make sure you torque everything down. I'd say it takes about 50 pounds. Alright, so now that everything's lined up, you got your bolt and your nut hand tight, you want to torque it down to about 50 to 60 pounds. So I've got it pretty much hand tight already. I just double check my work. Alright, everything's lined up. You want to just check your work, clean up the area, and that completes it. Here we have the BMS mount, as you can see, solid rubber bushing, solid rubber bushing. This side will be the front, the rear. Here's a factory one, brand new. You have 2 points of contact, so mainly your swivel is going to be from left to right. And that is also front and the rear. And that is the BMS engine mount offered at Smart Madness. If you guys have any questions, you guys can reach us at smartmadness@gmail.com or call us at 562-981-6800. And again, here's a factory mount that came off the car. Alright guys, that completes it. Thanks for watching.